Brissette. I am a sports performance coach for Excelsior Sports Training, a division of Excelsior Orthopedics. I've been working with several teams with Amherst Soccer now over the last few years, and Brendan Murphy and Rob Anderson and Marty and myself, Ron Brissette, we've been collaborating over the last couple years to institute a sport-specific dynamic warm-up for the travel soccer teams. And what I've done is we've videotaped and we've put together about an 8-minute dynamic warm-up for all you travel coaches. What I want you to get out of it is that there's a sequential event to it. First, we start with striders and we work on body temperature, core temperature, and increasing that, and then going into what I call your coordination fundamental movement skills. And you're going to see a sequence to where it's a low progression to a high progression, slow to fast. The next phase in the warm-up, you're going to see some bilateral hops to really work on low-end plyometrics and working on, again, those fundamental skills and working on a little bit of speed and strength and a little bit of power. After the hops, you're going to see a lunge series, which is your forward lunge and your side lunge. A lot of my athletes are quad dominant, and we're correlating some of the knee and hip injuries with quad dominant athletes. So what I've done is given you a sequence to really integrate and functionally train the hamstring, the quad, and the glute together. Thanks a lot, enjoy, and hopefully you use it. What I'm looking for here, rather than just looking at a slow jog, what I call slogging, I like starting out with striders to really work in and getting the heart rate up much quicker rather than just taking a slow jog around the field. I found, especially with the high school athletes, that this works much better. You'll see here just a couple quick cues is we want to make sure that they're not leaning forward. We want to make sure the shoulders are over the hips. She's getting good leg drive, the knees coming forward, and we have good arm swing coming from the shoulders. I tell all the athletes that you want to keep your elbows bent right around 90 degrees and make sure the swing phase of the upper extremity is coming through the shoulder. Relaxed position. We don't want the neck muscles and the shoulder muscles lifting the shoulders up. We want them nice and relaxed swinging. It's going to help with the momentum and moving forward. You're going to notice she has nice little arcs moving. This is going to work on ankle mobility. And what I'm looking for in the athletes is to make sure that they're turning into the curve, that they're not staying upright. We want the shoulders to follow the hips. Now our forward low skip, we just want the shoulders up tall. I want nice arm swing, shoulders relaxed. Notice the knees are coming forward. Very important that we have our athletes with their toes pointed forward or ankle lock like they're kicking a soccer ball. A couple cues here is you want to make sure their feet are nice and parallel, their hips are square, and their shoulders are square. We want nice little arm swing coming from the shoulders, relaxed position, nice straight lines. Turns. I want to really focus on getting the hips moving and getting the arms in sync and integrated into the hips. We're working on her abductors and adductors, her internal, external rotation of the hips. Here she's going to start to skip and notice that the knee is going a little bit higher. I want it hip height or higher if we can get there. I'm not looking for a jump in the sky. I'm just looking for knee drive when that hip comes forward. Nice arm swing, shoulders up tall. We want them in a defensive stance position, about 45-degree bend in the knee. Again, feet parallel, hips square, shoulders square. Do not allow the feet to slap together. We're going to over-accentuate the stride in the foot, really working on her ab and adduction. Notice she's emphasizing a little bit of balance through her upper extremity. I use this with all my soccer players. We're really working on their hamstring and glute integration when they're going backwards. Notice her shoulders are up tall and she is getting nice arm swing. The last sequence here is she is going to go into an all-out sprint down. Good form, good arm swing from the shoulders, and she's going to jog back. Sequence is going to be our in-place hops. We are going to start with a forward to backward hop. We are going to repeat 10 times. Front to back is 1. What I'm looking for here and through the sequence of the jumps is I want the feet hip width to shoulder width apart, knees slightly bent, shoulders up tall. Let the hips and legs do the work. We are going to reset. We're going to go into our side hop. Our side hop is directly right side, middle to left side, exact same thing. I want the feet hip width, shoulder width apart. Make sure the feet stay parallel, hips are square, and the shoulders square. What we are working on here is the force reduction in the hamstring, the quads, and the glutes, and force production when they land, working on proficiency of the landing mechanics. Notice how her knees aren't bending in, her knees are staying directly over her feet. Next is going to be a forward rotation hop. Our forward rotation hop, she's going to go into a 45-degree angle and then come back to center. You're going to notice her feet stay hip width to shoulder width apart. Her shoulders are staying in alignment with her hips, and I want you to notice her knees are not going inward, they're staying over her feet. Feet are constantly moving, she's getting quick off the ground. Again, really working on that proprioception and working on the overall beginning stage plyometric phase of the warm-up. Next, we are going to go right into what I call our vertical jump for height. You're going to see the starting position is feet hip width, shoulder width apart. I want to make sure that she gets a little bit of drive through her hands. Her shoulders are up tall and she is using dominantly her lower extremity muscles. She's going to repeat 5 times. Again, notice that her knees are staying over her foot. They are not going inward. Once to the warm-up is our lunge series. Caitlin is going to start with hands on hips, then she's going to sequence to hands on knees, and then she is going to reach hands to floor. She's going to go into a forward lunge and she is going to repeat 3 times each sequence. I want you to notice the length of the lunge. She's not taking a step, she's lunging out, and her back leg is staying almost straight. Shoulders are staying up over her hips. The next sequence she is in right now, she's reaching to the knee. We are going to integrate a little bit more of the hamstring and the glute muscle. And the last sequence, she is reaching to her knee. The hands are going out in front of the feet, and we are really recruiting a lot of her hamstring and her glute muscle here. Next sequence, she's going to go into the side lunge, and she is going to follow the same sequences first. Hands on hips, hands to knee, hands to floor 3 times each. I want you to notice here when she goes into the side lunge, her feet are staying parallel. She is dropping her hip back and she is loading all of her weight onto the heel she is lunging to. The next sequence here is reach to knee, incorporating a little bit more of the glute muscle. And then all the way down to the floor. I want you to notice too that she is coming up nice and tall. She's returning back to the upright position, shoulders over hips. Again, it's going to take about 8 minutes. We have the video, some instructional cues for you to use. Thanks a lot, enjoy, and hopefully you use it.